There's been a lot of discussion about this new Hero of the Month, Noor, and a lot of it has been negative, which I think is often the case in our community. As soon as something is released, folks seem like they concentrate on things that they don't see as positive about a new attribute of the game or a hero. And frankly, I wasn't that impressed with Noor when I first saw her either. But the more I'm looking at the card and kind of being objective about analyzing the data on the card, I'm thinking this is kind of a really interesting character. First thing people seem to notice is that slow mana. That is not a deal breaker for me. You can see the other video I recently posted on slow mana heroes. I don't know that that's the end of the world. Looking at the actual statistics, now there's 127 different 5-stars available in the game right now. Out of those 127 heroes, Noor is 97th in line for the attack stack. So that attack number is not that great. Where she does shine is that defensive number. She's actually 25th. So there's 102 other 5-star heroes that have much worse shield than she has. So she is pretty well positioned with her shield. The health, that also is not the greatest number. She's tied for 94th with Finley. They both have the same health number. So it's pretty far down the list on that. Another number that I look at, especially in considering tanks, is when we double the shield and add it to the health. When we do the 2x shield plus health number, she comes in 33rd out of 127. So that to me indicates that she definitely has tank capability. Now, if you're using her as a tank, that slow mana really doesn't matter because the tank is going to get a lot of tiles and they're going to mana up quickly anyway. The place where she really starts to shine, which makes sense, is this minion business. She's the only hero that I'm aware of that has this summon capability. So she summons one of her Sparrow minions anytime the enemy summons a minion through their special skills. I think that's pretty huge. The fact that she's a druid, she also can summon the druid minion if she takes any damage. So the point there is, even though she's slow mana, she's going to be developing minions at a pretty quick rate. So if she's fighting somebody who is pulling up a minion for their entire team, she's going to immediately pull up at least one minion for herself, and on her very next turn, she's going to eliminate one of those minions. So right off the bat, without her even using her special, she's already combating the enemy's minions. Now, when her special goes off, she's summoning this Sparrow minion for all of her team. Now, those minions are getting that 25% HP and 25% attack from her statistics. So her HP number and attack number being low, that's probably where we're going to want to beef her up with emblems on the attack and health side, not so much on the shield. But if you look at those numbers, that's pretty significant, 25% of each of those. If you compare it to the 3-star Kvasir, who's really been a game changer for a lot of players in the 3-star world, Kvasir is only bringing up 15% HP and 17% attack, and we have seen how fast his bees can overwhelm the enemy. So looking at her with 25% and 25%, I think that's a pretty significant number. Now, again, comparing her to Kvasir, Kvasir limits the enemy's ability to summon their own minions. Noor doesn't do that. She just outright kills them. So if Noor goes off a few times, we get a couple of these Sparrow minions going, the hope of the enemy of developing minions is going to be pretty low. Another interesting point with Noor here is before her minions attack, they eliminate the enemy's minions. So her 25% attack is really going to go straight to their HP, not to the minions. Anyone who's a real minion player understands that minions basically act as a healer that adds extra health that's in front of your character. So her taking away that extra health from the enemy before she hits is a pretty powerful attack. If we look at the events that do not allow healing, the tournaments like that, she's going to be pretty powerful and shine, I think. I think she's also going to be very powerful in the rush attack events. So of the weekly the weekly raid tournaments, I think there's at least 2 events where she's potentially going to shine with her abilities. Really, the negative for me with her is the fact that she's a druid, and I'm not sure how that's going to function if she's pulling up the druid minions. I could see them getting in the way of the sparrow minions, and that I could see being an unpleasant experience. I really wish she would have had a different class. I would prefer to see her as, somebody reviving or dodging. I think would have been better. So overall, I don't think Nora's a terrible character. I don't see her making my A team or B team anytime soon, but I don't think she's as bad as a lot of people are making her out to be. Lastly, it is worth pointing out that as a hero of the month, she does have that elemental link as well, which gives 30% defense against special skills for 4 turns. So again, sticking her in the tank role, getting that elemental link fired off, she already has a huge shield. Adding 30% on top of that shield, adding minions in front of her, I think she's going to be a pretty strong tank. I think she's going to be hard to kill in that main role. So I hope this analysis helped. I don't think it's all bad news for her. I think there's some good. It's going to be an interesting character to see her on the battlefield. Wish you all well with your tiles. Happy gaming.